Every project, from constructing a skyscraper to launching a software update, is bound by the iron triangle: time, money, and quality. Project managers meticulously track budgets down to the cent and schedules down to the minute. Quality, however, frequently goes unmeasured until the final product rolls off the line and into the real world. To prevent defective products from reaching consumers, companies adopt quality management systems, or QMS. The most common standard is ISO 9001. ISO 9001 is an international standard that specifies requirements for a quality management system to help organizations ensure they meet customer and regulatory requirements. Documenting operations is a solid starting point, but when a company produces millions of units shipped across the globe, a simple rulebook cannot catch systemic, microscopic flaws before they multiply. Consider a manufacturing process operating at a 99.73% success rate, what statisticians call 3 sigma. That sounds excellent. But at a global scale, producing millions of items a day, that fractional error rate translates to tens of thousands of defective products. This visualization shows the difference between a 99.7% success rate and 6 sigma. 6 sigma demands an accuracy of 99.99966%, which shrinks that massive cluster of errors down to just 3.4 defects for every 1 million opportunities. The culprit behind those fractional failures is process variance. Minor inconsistencies in raw materials, machine calibration, or human handling compound over time to create defects. 6 sigma is both the statistical metric defining near perfection and the rigorous methodology designed specifically to hunt down and eliminate that variance. Relying on human observation to catch microscopic deviations is no longer viable. Survival in modern high-volume business requires relentless mathematical precision. Motorola developed 6 sigma in the 1980s to evaluate and tighten their high-volume manufacturing lines, yielding early precision electronics like this flip phone. To operationalize that intense level of math across a massive company, you need a rigid, step-by-step framework managed by trained statistical experts. That framework is DMAIC. DMAIC is an acronym that stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. Each step forces project teams to rigorously quantify a problem before attempting to fix it. There is also an alternative path known as DMADV. DMADV stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, and Verify, and it is deployed when a company needs to build a flawless product or service from scratch rather than fixing an existing one. These structured frameworks are what convert abstract statistical goals into repeatable daily corporate habits. Before a business can fix a broken process, it has to find a way to see the invisible patterns hiding within massive volumes of raw data. Raw data points are organized into a histogram, showing a dataset's frequency distribution. This helps teams during the measure phase reveal central tendencies and expose anomalies. Because bar height correlates to data quantity, decision-makers read the problem's distribution at a glance. Without visually charting the numbers, critical variations would remain buried inside spreadsheets, completely invisible to management. Identifying current failures is only the baseline. A robust system must quantify and predict them before they occur. During the analyze phase, teams deploy FMEA. FMEA stands for Failure Mode and Effects Analysis, a systematic method for evaluating a process to identify where it might fail and to assess the relative impact of those failures. FMEA systematically breaks a process down step by step to calculate the exact impact and probability of every single potential point of failure. True process optimization relies on anticipating those structural weaknesses mathematically, rather than waiting to react physically after a defective unit reaches a customer. Over time, this methodology has evolved into Lean Six Sigma. Lean Six Sigma is a management concept that combines the waste elimination focus of lean manufacturing with the variance reduction techniques of Six Sigma to improve performance. This evolution illustrates the distinct gap between the outdated practice of historical inspection and the modern standard of quality control. Inspection is reactive. It merely sorts the defective products from the good ones at the end of the line, offering no mechanism for corrective action. Quality control, by contrast, investigates the root cause of the defect. It implements immediate feedback mechanisms into the workflow so that the bad product is simply never manufactured in the first place. The everyday reliability we expect, from perfectly functioning smartphones to safe commercial flights, is not a product of luck. It is the result of the invisible, rigorous mathematics of Six Sigma.